because they don't know how. They can't play with their friends because they don't know how to, they can't think of ideas, they can't think of the next step, you know, so you're really playing together a lot, and I'll show you. So this is a cushion if anyone wants to try it. So this helps with kids that need more information to their body. We'll kind of recommend that sometimes, and also kids that need more postural control.
They sit on this?
Yeah, so you sit on it.
Oh, you sit on it.
So if anyone wants to try it, it's kind of fun. There's a bumpy side and a non, and it comes in round. This side's better for posture because it really kind of, there's a round one that's more just bouncy, but you can kind of see, and look at her posture, do you see that? It really shifts things, which is really interesting.
To class every day.
You can't really like lean forward because then like you're falling forward.
Right, so you also need this is a smaller size thing for a kid's chair, so it's a little big. This is a scooter board. I don't know if anyone wants to try it or sit it, but we'll do it that helps kids process movement.
What, like light?
It's really fun. It's kind of like you play for your job.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so a lot of kids are really weak like that, and they can't even push themselves around. They're really working on the core muscles.
There was, like, I watched the person I observed, she was doing something where, like, she was doing something and, like, trying to have the kid copy her, and, like, it was interesting to, like,
Right.
I watched 3 kids in a row, she did the same thing, and, like, every single one had a disconnect, but in a different place.
Isn't
like,
that fascinating?
like, she was showing them, like, a magic, like, okay, like, whatever, like,
Yeah.
whatever, something, like, we went like this, like, she was showing them magic trick, like,
Yeah.
and then, like, one was, like, turning it the wrong way, one was, like, they were doing all these, like, interesting things, like, they were, like, holding it, like, in 2 hands, she's like, that's not what I'm doing, like,
Right.
and, like, they just, like,
They couldn't
different,
process
like, yeah, disconnects, or, like,
Yeah.
not being able to, like, mirror that, like, figure out where to put your fingers, or, like, anything, like, sometimes it's, like, 20 minutes of them, like,
Right.
just show me,
And
she's
it's
like,
so
no,
easy
try,
when
try.
you do it, right? Like
Right, and then I was
they
like,
can't do
I wonder
it.
if I could figure it out, and, like, all the
Right.
things after that she does, I always, like, try them, like, oh, it's so cool, like,
Right,
because, like, sometimes they are a little bit hard, but, like, usually
Right.
they're not so difficult, but.
Right. Right.
Whatever.
You know, and you have to, I think the fun thing being an OT is you're kind of like a detective. Like you're like, okay, like this kid is having some breakdowns, right? He's having some like social issues. He's maybe having some sports issues, right? He's having some gross motor, fine motor issues. This is really fun. I know this is my own personal favorite.
Oh my god.
But you can actually
So
buy
cool.
commercially. So this other one is called Therapy, and that's like a hand strengthening one. This
Oh
one
my god, this is awesome.
Is that the magnetic one?
I also have had the magnetic one,
What's
which did not
magnetic
work as
about
well as I expected.
Oh, really?
Wait,
Maybe
like,
I just
pick
had a
stuff
dead.
up?
Yeah, so there's a big magnet and it's magnetized, so when you press it to the magnet, it has magnetic particles and it magnetizes itself, and then you can pick up things with it.
That's cool.
So yeah, and these are really exciting for kids. So, you know, and there's like 1,000 OTs again are really good at like just taking objects and thinking of 1,000 different ways to use them, and also for different kids, you're using them for different reasons. So that's why you like end up using a lot of creativity. Like I might be using this for one kid for hand strengthening, right? I might be using it for another kid as like a fidget because they need more body information, they need more deep pressure, they need more touch input to kind of help them, you know, calm down. You know, for another kid, I might be forming their letters out of it to help them, you know, get that memory. They need a more multisensory way to learn. This is a tennis ball that we make for kids sometimes.
Oh, I just saw this yesterday.
So you want to try, you can test your own hand strength. You want to try feeding it to them, and then you can kind of see.
Oh, and then you like.
Yeah.
That's so creepy.
These are fun. These are different pencil grips, so it's interesting to see like for yourself.
You do a lot of handwriting also?
Yeah, so we do a lot of, you know, and I do like some handwriting. I'll do like handwriting intensives where like kids will come for 4 days and really work on handwriting. But it, you know, I think the challenge is really making it fun for kids. And I think with handwriting, I think it's become like kind of stereotyped, like OTs, like people that don't really know what OTs do, or OTs that themselves don't really understand what they're doing. They'll say like, oh, I work on handwriting, right? Or like OTs do upper body, PTs do lower body. And that's really, I think, sad because that really diminishes like what OTs do and what they can offer, which is so much bigger and like so valuable. You know, so when you're working on handwriting is really like an outcome of a lot of things that kind of maybe not being in place. So a kid could have handwriting issues for like 1,000 reasons. So yeah, you need to work on the handwriting, but you also need to figure out like why are they having those reasons. Is it a strength issue? Is it an eye-hand coordination issue? Is it a sensory processing issue and they don't have the body awareness, you know, to even kind of know where their hands are, or, you know, or to even know how to hold the pencil. So there's just so many different, you know, options of why. So these different pencils are interesting, and you can kind of see like the traditional grasp is a 3-finger grasp, but a lot of adults don't even have that grasp. So it's kind of fun to kind of like look at your own
This is
grasp.
supposed to put the fingers in the right place.
Right, so some kids that are kind of like doing things like that, or they're doing things like that, but they don't like that always because then it's really uncomfortable if you're used to it. Right, this one is really fun, I find. A lot of kids like it. This is another grasp, it's like a pretty
That's
good
so
grasp.
cool.
So if you want to try it.
That's how I, like.
Is it? Sometimes you don't even know how you write till you.
Where do you find all this stuff? Like, it's where you work, or like you
Notice how my
like find
father
your
was.
own, like you go out, look at
Right.
toys and like try and
No.
figure out how to use them?
Yeah, I always have like a radar out for like cool toys, but my clinic, I can also show you some pictures. I have some pictures on my phone I took to kind of show you. You know, and then there's like, we also do a lot of like, we're doing a lot of processing skills, so like visual perceptual skills, so we'll play a lot of, this is just an example, but like a lot of games, really working on, you know, like there's just so many angles. So like say you have like this puzzle here, right?
Shoot, is it 1:45?
Oh my goodness, it's late, it's 12:40.
I mean,
12:50. Yeah, you
I
can
think it's
talk
on
around.
one. So I have to
Yeah.
but thank you so much.
You're
for
welcome.
doing
If you have any
this.
questions, let me know.
Um,
Yeah, you guys probably have to go too, but it's kind of fun to, you know, think about that.
yeah,
I think I'm gonna have more fun when they
you know, right? Like,
Right, and you can kind of see there's like, we have the ball pit area, we have the
So cool.
swings, there's like
So
just a lot of
fun.
different, you know, a lot of art, you know, so I have a lot of resources, which I think is fun. Not everyone has that, and sometimes if you're working like in, you know, privately or in early intervention, you're gonna like make your own, you know, start looking out for your own stuff. Like even I'll do that just to like have it. You know, but there's a lot of little things you can use. Like these aren't all big things. It's just more about being creative with it.
Right.
You know, like even like these, I'm not gonna show you them here because it'll probably disrupt everyone. But rocket balloons, you know, you kind of let them fly. They make noises, but there's so many things you can work on. Like, you know, with
What kinds of things does that work on?
so say like something like this, so you're pumping it up, right? So you gotta work on bilateral coordination, so using both sides of your body, so having that body awareness. You know, eye-hand coordination, attention, so like some kids, they just wanna like let it go before it's done. They're not, you know, they can't wait in time and bring it back, you know, visual tracking, so being able to watch it across space. So you'll see kids that like, say like, don't have good eye contact and all of a sudden they're like really watching it and they're really cueing in, or they can't sequence, you know, 2 steps, so like they can't go get it, come back and do it again. So you're, you know, there's so many things you can work on. Or you might have it be like a pretend game, you know, and add more creative play to it. So yeah, it's really cool. I like what I do, so. It's a fun one, yeah. So if anyone has, you know, you guys could always ask me questions later.
Yeah, how did you get like observing things?
How did I get
Like you
hours?
just called people? Or?
Yeah, so I knew some OTs, so I would ask them, you know, so I got a few hours like here and there through different people, I'd say. And then I also had my job, so I got a lot of hours that way. But I really just called sometimes. And there's so many OTs in the community now that like you can just, you know, and most people are happy to like have you come, you know, shadow for like an hour or 2. And then some places you can do a little more than that, you know, depending on the fit. So, you know, that's a good place to start probably. And just like asking around, but I would never feel like shy to like call and, you know, call an OT department and, I mean, I don't, you know, yeah, call an OT department and like just near you and like ask if you can observe. Even like going across the street.
And they're
you know.
usually pretty open to letting you do it.
Yeah, some places are like give you a little more like they're more formal, you know, like they'll have you sign something and you know they only let you go for like a certain amount of hours, like you know like hospital settings. And some places have like too many people, so they don't need anyone else. But it's always worth asking, you know, like they're open if they have the availability. So yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming.
So what is offering the GRE?
Are you thinking about it?
So right now, I actually switched to social work.
Oh, yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
And I need at least.
Yeah, sometimes if you wanna like.
Well, when,
Yeah, social work is like
it would
totally
only be
different
during
than
summer.
social work, so it just depends how heavily.
Because Dr. Struck just suggested I
I feel like I'm
start
doing a
next
lot
week
more
now.
than I had a lot of.
Right, so
But it's not
in
as
the
intense
past
and
I've done
sometimes,
it,
Exactly.
either in the summer.
you know, it can be hard
or in
enough,
the fall.
making a routine, but
And
sometimes
not
like I
doing
think it would be
in the
fun to have
fall
more.
Because, first of all, how that's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this year.
I mean,
But
also, yeah, it depends like what
it's
you want,
too
where you're
stressful
setting.
for people to be
Right.
taking the GRE and applying and going to
Concerned more
class
about
and
like
going
job
to
availability and
So,
stuff like that.
I also found that 6
Social
weeks
workers
is a
have
really
to-
tight.
If they get like experience, I feel like social
And
workers
I
can
wanted
have a lot
to
of like
Right.
private practice.
So I actually wanted to
Options.
start after
Right.
Pesach and go through summer.
That like, is my
But
ultimate
obviously
goal.
that didn't
Right.
happen.
A while, but
So
yeah.
at this point, I'd
Yeah,
like to
good to
start
know.
after Shavuos and go through the summer.
But then, and just go through summer semester.
Yeah, to the end of
And then like
July.
if you end up missing classes and stuff, it's not like, you don't have like homework or anything, it's just.
Yeah, but
Oh, cause like, I'm saying it's,
there's no grades.
to do
or
it from after
anything.
Shavuos is good, but there's a
Yeah.
week in between
Right.
spring and summer where like a lot of us won't be here.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if no one
And what time or time, like, time of day are you looking for?
Sunday morning.
Like, is it a commitment if I say that I'm seriously thinking about it, or?